All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh. Peace and blessing to the elect of Israel who are practicing the law of liberty. So, we are continuing with our Lost Book series, and today we are going to be reading from the Testament of Naphtali. Now, Naphtali was the sixth son of Jacob and the second by Bilhah, the handmaid of Rachel. Naphtali's older brother was Dan, who also was born from the Rachel's handmaid Bilhah. Rachel was so delighted at the birth of another son that she called the child Naphtali, which means my wrestling. She chose this name because she felt vindicated after struggling with her older sister Leah to provide Jacob with heirs. Then Rachel said, I have had a great struggle with my sister, and I have won. So she named him Naphtali. Little more is written about Naphtali in the Bible. We know that he had four sons, Jaziel, Gunna, Jazer, and Shillam. Eventually, he moved his family with Jacob to Egypt to escape the famine. Jacob's deathbed blessing upon Naphtali was, Naphtali is a doe set free that bears beautiful fawns or gives beautiful words. Some scholars suggest many interpretations for Jacob's blessing of Naphtali. Some say it implies gentleness of characters. Others think it may allude to the agility in battle and hastiness. Naphtali descendants came to be known as the tribe of Naphtali, one of the 12 tribes of Israel. The first census that was taken in the wilderness credited about 53,000 adult ready for battle males for the tribe of Naphtali. A later census taken in the wilderness when they were wandering said it was around 45,000 men ready for battle. Moses, when Israel entered the promised land, pronounced a blessing for Naphtali's tribe. Naphtali is abounding with the favor of the Lord and is full of his blessings. He will inherit southward to the lake. As indicated in the blessing, Naphtali settled in the northern Canaan in the high regions west of the northwest of the Sea of Galilee. 3 Levitical cities reserved for the families of the Gershonites existed within the tribe's border, along with Kadesh, a city of refuge. Naphtali successfully conquered the region, but did not drive out the Canaanites. Instead, the Canaanites were subject to forced labor. The geographical position of the tribe led to several major conflicts in the region. The most significant was the war against Jabin, the king of Hazor. Baruch, the Hebrew warrior and son of Ananom from Kadesh in Naphtali, was called by Deborah, the judge and prophetess, to lead the tribe of Zebulun and Naphtali against the Canaanites, forces of Hazor. The tribe of Naphtali, as well as Asher, Zebulun, and Manasseh, was also summoned by Gideon to fight against the Mennonites and the Amalekites. During the monarchy period, the tribe of Naphtali sent armed forces to Hebron, showing support for David. The tribe stayed loyal to David's dynasty during Solomon's administration as well. King Solomon had 12 regional officers over all Israel. One of them was Ahiman, who married Solomon's daughter, Basemat. Ahiman was from the tribe of Naphtali. During the time of the divide of kingdom, the story of the tribe of Naphtali became harder to trace. When Pekah, the ruler of Israel, Tiglath-Pileser III of Assyria, began to exert his power influence in the region of Naphtali around 700 BC, the Assyrian king had conquered Gilead and Galilee and all of Naphtali and taken the people into captivity. The prophet Isaiah recalled how the Lord had brought the land of Naphtali into contempt, but would one day make it glorious again. So that's a little background on Naphtali. So now let's go to the Testament of Naphtali. So the copy of this Testament of Naphtali, which he ordained at the time of his death in the 130th year of his life, when his sons were gathered together in the 7th month on the first day of the month, while still in good health, he made them a feast of food and wine. And after he was awake in the morning, he said to them, I am dying. And they believed him not. And as he glorified the Lord, he grew strong and said that after yesterday's feast, he should die. And he began then to say, Hear, my children, ye sons of Naphtali, hear the words of your father. I was born from Bilhah and became Rachel's I was born of Bilhah, and because Rachel dealt craftily and gave Bilhah in place of herself to Jacob, she conceived and bare me upon Rachel's knees. Therefore she called my name Naphtali. And Rachel loved me very much because I was born upon her lap. And when I was still young, she was wont to kiss me and say, May I have a brother of thy from my own womb, like unto thee. Whence also Joseph was like unto me in all things, according to the prayers of Rachel. Now my mother was Bilhah, my daughter of Rothis, the brother of Deborah, Rebekah's nurse, who was born on one in the same day with Rachel. And Rothus was of the family of Abraham of Gideon, of Chaldea, God-fearing, freeborn, and noble. And he was taken captive and was bought by Laban. And he gave him Una, his handmaid, to wife. And she bore a daughter and called her name Zelphah, after the name of the village in which she had been taken captive. And next she bore Bilhah, saying, My daughter hastens after what is new. For immediately that she was born, she seized the breast and hastened to suck it. And I was swift on my feet like the deer. And my father Jacob anointed me for all messages. And as a deer did he give me his blessings. And as the potter knoweth the vessel, how much it is to contain, and bringeth clay accordingly, so also does the Lord make the body after the likeness of the spirit. And according to the capacity of the body does he implant the spirit. And the one does not fall short of the other by a third part of a hair. For by weight and measure and rule was all creation made. And as the potter knoweth the use of each vessel, what it is meet for, so also does the Lord know the body, how far it will persist in goodness, and when it beginneth in evil. For there is no inclination or thought which the Lord knoweth not, for he created every man after his own image. For as a man's strength, so also is his work, and as his eye, so also is his sleep. As his soul, so also his word, either in the law of the Lord or the law of Beliar. And Beliar means, it's like Satan or devil in Hebrew. Beliar, Beliar. And as there is a division between light and darkness, between seeing and hearing, so also is there a division between man, and between woman and woman. And it is not to be said that the one is like the other, either in face or in mind. For power made all things good in their order, the 5 senses in the head, and he joined on the neck to the head, adding to it the hair, also for comeliness and glory, then the heart for understanding, and the belly for excrement, and the stomach for grinding, the windpipes for taking in breath, the liver for wrath, the gall for bitterness, the spleen for laughter, the rings for prudence, the muscles and loins for power, the lungs for drawing in, and the loins for strength, and so forth. So then, my children, let all your works be done in order, with good intent, in the fear of power, and do nothing disorderly in scorn or out of its due season. For in thou bid the eye to hear, it cannot so, neither will ye also in darkness can you do the works of light. Be ye therefore not eager to corrupt your doings through covetousness or with vain words to beguile your souls, because if you keep silent in purity of heart, you should understand how to hold fast the will of power and to cast away the will of Beliar. Sun and moon and stars change not their order, so do ye also change not the law of power in the disorderliness of your doings. The Gentiles went astray and forsook the Lord, and changed their order, and obeyed stocks and stones and spirits and deceit. But ye shall not be so, my children, recognizing in the firmament, in the earth, and in the sea, and in all created things, the Lord who made all things, that ye become not as Sodom, which changed the order of nature. In like manner, the watchers also changed the order of their nature, whom the Lord cursed at the flood, in whose account he made the earth without inhabitants and fruitless. These things I say unto you, my children, for I have read in the writings of Enoch that ye yourselves also should depart from the Lord, walking according to all the lawlessness of the Gentile, and ye should do according to all the wickedness of Sodom. And the Lord shall bring captivity upon you, and there ye shall serve your enemies, and ye shall bow down with every affliction and tribulation until the Lord have consumed you all. And after ye have become diminished and made few, ye return the knowledge of the Lord your God, and he shall bring you back into your land according to his abundant mercy. And it shall be that after that they come into the land of their fathers, they shall again forget the Lord and become ungodly. And the Lord shall scatter them upon the face of the earth until the compassion of the Lord should come, a man working righteousness and working mercy unto all them that are far off and to them that are near. Chapter 2. For in the 40th year of my life, I saw a vision on the Mount of Olives on the east of Jerusalem, that the sun and the moon were standing still. And behold, Isaac, the father of my father, said to us, Run and lay hold of them, each one according to its strength, and to him that seizeth them will the sun and the moon belong. And we all of us ran together, and Levi laid hold of the sun, and Judah outstripped the others and seized the moon, and they were both of them lifted up with them. And when Levi became as the sun, lo, a certain young man gave to him 12 branches of palm, and Judah was bright as the moon, and under their feet was 12 rays. And the two, Levi and Judah, ran and laid hold of them. And lo, a bull upon the earth with 2 great horns, and an eagle's wings upon his back. And we wished to seize him, but could not. But Joseph came and seized him, and ascended up with him on high. And I saw, for I was there, and behold, a holy writing appeared to us, saying, Assyrians, Medes, Persians, Chaldeans, Syrians shall possess in captivity the 12 tribes of Israel. And again, after 7 days, I saw our father Jacob standing by the sea of Janah, and we were with him. And behold, there came a ship sailing by, without sailors or pilot, and there was written upon the ship of Jacob. And our father said to us, Come, let us embark on our ship. And when we had gone on board, there arose a vehement storm and a mighty tempest of wind. And our father, who was holding the helm, departed from us. And we, being tossed with the tempest, were borne along on the sea. And the ship was filled with water, and was pounded by mighty waves until it was broken up. And Joseph fled away upon a little boat, and we were all divided upon 9 planks, and Levi and Judah were together, and we were all scattered unto the ends of the earth. Then Levi girt about with sackcloth and prayed for us all unto the Lord. And when the storm ceased, the ship reached the land, and it was in peace. And lo, our father came, and we all rejoiced with one accord. These two dreams I told to my father, and he said to me, these things must be fulfilled in their season. And after that Israel hath endured many things. Then my father said unto me, I believe power that Joseph liveth, for I see always that the Lord numbers him with you. And he said, weepeth. Ah, me, my son Joseph, thou livest, though I behold thee not, and thou seest not Jacob that begot thee. He caused me also, therefore, to weep by these words, and I burned in my heart to declare that Joseph had been sold, but I feared my brethren. And lo, my children, I have shown unto you the last times how everything shall come to pass in Israel. Do ye also therefore charge your children, that they be united to Levi and to Judah, for through them shall salvation arise unto Israel, and in them shall Jacob be blessed. For through their tribes shall God appear, dwelling among men on earth, to save the race of Israel, and to gather together the righteousness among the Gentiles. If ye work that which is good, my children, both men and angels shall bless you, and power shall be glorified among the Gentiles through you, and the devil shall flee from you, and the wild beast shall fear you, and the Lord shall love you, and angels shall cleave to you. As a man who has trained a child well is kept in kindly remembrance, so also for a good work there is a good remembrance before power. But him that doeth not that which is good, both angels and men shall curse, and power shall be dishonored among the Gentiles through him. And the devil shall make him as his own peculiar instrument, and every wild beast shall master him, and the Lord shall hate him. For the commandments of the law are twofold, and through prudence must they be fulfilled. For there is a season for a man to embrace his wife, and a season to abstain therefore for prayer. So then are two commandments, and unless they be done in due order, they bring very great sin upon man. So also is it with the other commandments. Be there therefore wise in power, my children, and prudent, understanding the order of his commandments, that the law of every word, that the law may love you. And when he has charged them with many such words, he exhorted them that they should remove his bones to Hebron, and that they should bury him with his fathers. And when he had eaten and drunken with a merry heart, he covered his face and died. And his sons did according to all that Naphtali, their father, had commanded them. All praises, all praises. As I always say, I hope that you guys listen to this video a few times and meditate on it. And may the Lord bless.